sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Dope Sports Podcast. We are back with another Dallas Wings update here. And as you see on the screen, we have a very special guest. Here. You've seen on ESPN, you've seen on BALLY Sports, you've seen on Ion Television, and I'm sure I'm missing something here, but you've seen her everywhere. I mean, NFL sideline reporter, Dallas Wings, WNBA sideline reporter. She does college. She does play-by-play as well. We have the one and only Shavonne Herndon here, ladies and gentlemen. How's everything going?
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's an honor to have you on. Once you told me that you wanted to get on, I was like, I got to do this ASAP. I got to do it ASAP. So if you're watching here on dopecontent.com, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. This will be uploaded on both. For the people that's only on Twitch, I'm sorry. You got to come to the website and watch the replays. It's just what it is. But we're going to talk about, the Dallas Wings. Right now, they're 10-9. They have one more game left before they go into the All-Star break. We do have two starters in Enrique and Satu Sabally. So it's a lot to get into, but we're going to make it short. We're going to keep it short and sweet. And before we get started, can you kind of tell us about your background and how you got into, doing what you're doing now, and where did you start from?
Man, I started from humble beginnings. I mean, from the mud. But I went to Abilene Christian University 2 days after I graduated. Mm-hmm. I started as a news reporter in Abilene, and then I went to Waco, Texas, Longview, Texas, and then I went to Shreveport, Louisiana. And then after that, I said I wanted to get into sports. And so that's when I hopped over to ESPN, did some sideline reporting for the Southland Conference. I do play-by-play for Rice University. Like you name it, I've done it. I've done like 6 Super Bowls. Nice. I've done like 5 World Series. The list goes on. And I had to put this up for y'all, but I was the associate producer for the last Olympics, for the Tokyo Olympics, for 2 shows. So I'm nominated for an Emmy and everything like that. So I just recently came off the Olympics. So now here I am, sideline reporting for the Dallas Wings. Now this is a dream job for real.
Oh yeah, so you're having the most fun so far doing the Wings than everything else?
Of course. I mean, being from Houston, I grew up watching the Comets. Mm-hmm. Nikki McCray was my favorite player. So it's always been WNBA for me, like from a little kid. So like just growing up watching WNBA and now being able to sideline report for the Dallas Wings, it's truly a dream come true. This is the dream right here.
There it is. That's your introduction right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, this lady is all over the place. You got to show her love. So if you're not following her on Twitter and Instagram, make sure you do that now. You can go ahead and shout out your Twitter and Instagram too as well.
Instagram is Starvon. Threads is Starvon. I appreciate the person that put me on the threads. And Twitter is Sports Shavonne. So yeah, Twitter. I mean, if you just put Shavonne Herndon in Google, all my stuff will pop up.
There you go. There it is. So you mentioned the WNBA being your dream job. What are you thinking so far over the overall season as far as, attendance, the ratings, the gameplay? How are you liking it so far this year?
Man, everything is on the up and up. I mean, you got to think about it. Opening weekend, Brittany Griner returning. And then Dallas just had like the most viewed game when they played the Sparks in history. So the numbers are there, the attendance is there. Mm-hmm. I mean, you were there versus Texas. It was loud. I was trying to do some interviews, but I couldn't hear. I don't know what I was saying. I couldn't hear. It was wild.
It was.
I couldn't help but to swag and surf with the crowd. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, so if you haven't been to a Dallas Wings game and you plan on showing up soon, just be prepared to swag and surf with the crowd at some point in the game, because they will do it and you have to get up and do it. So I got a couple of videos on Twitter where the crowd is just going crazy. But that Vegas game, like you said, was crazy. But overall, the attendance is up across the league, and the Dallas Wings fans, I give them credit every week when I do one of these. I tell them that they're showing up, they're loud. Even on that Wednesday game, I think that was the lowest attended game that what was it, the camp day?
The camp night,
And still it was like 80% full. That so
that was a noon game. Think about it.
On a Wednesday.
Yep, on a Wednesday.
So shout out to the Dallas Wings crowd once again. I gotta give you hands clap. I gotta give you hand claps, I should say. You guys are showing up and showing out. So right now we're looking at the Dallas Wings. They are 10-9. They were in the 6th spot. They actually fell behind Atlanta. I did not know Atlanta moved ahead of us. We have one more game against Minnesota, which is Wednesday at noon, and then it's the All-Star break. So far, what have you noticed from this team that you like, and what don't you like about this team so far?
They're a resilient team. Like, they grind and they get after it, and they never let up. I mean, you think about those losses were close games. I think about the game when they played in New York to the Liberty. Nobody expected them to come out like that, and they just balled. So, I mean, think about with the Aces. They could have won that game the other night. They were down Satu and Kalani. So this team, it has grit, and that comes from Coach LT. Like, she was there from start in training camp teaching them you're gonna defend, you're gonna play defense, and that's what they've been doing. Like, I have no regrets about anything that they've done this season. Like, what I saw in training camp, because I was there for like a couple training camp practices, and then it was over to that first game, and then media day. I love what I saw from then to now. It's amazing, and the moves that they're making. You hate to see Jasmine Dickey go. You hate to see Ashley Jones go, but I mean, Odyssey Sims is a veteran. I mean, you can't help but to, tip your hat off to her and what she did to get on the team and what she's doing now.
Right. Now, you mentioned Ashley Jones, the rookie, kind of really didn't get a fair chance here. That's kind of a problem overall across the league. A lot of talented rookies coming in, but it's just not that many spots right now. There's only 12 teams total in the league. So what is your solution? What is your personal solution? Because I believe we all have the same solution as far as getting more players on rosters, but what do you have in mind personally?
I see a practice squad, something like that. Not so much another G League or anything like that, but at least a practice squad, so you can have those interchangeable players and use them as necessary. You got to think about it. We still have a girl we drafted from Iowa State who's still kind of like on the roster, but she's not playing with us. So if we could have more opportunities like that to still have people on the roster and we can just move them in and out as we please, I think that'll be a good solution.
See, this is perfect. That's why I'm glad I got you on, because anybody else that I've talked to, including myself, would have just said, you got to at least expand the league, 2-4 more teams if you can. And, a lot of people say, hey, go back to Houston, go back to San Antonio, go back to Detroit, and etc. So that's where I stood. I was like, I think you can at least get 2 more teams.
And I agree with you. Now, when you think about expansion, this is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about going to near cities where women's college basketball is prevalent. You got to think about LSU. So you go to New Orleans. You go to Miami because of the University of Miami. I believe they went to the Elite Eight. That women's team went either to the Sweet 16 or Elite Eight. So you want to go to cities that have dominant women's basketball. That's where your fan base is going to come from. You got to think about the Connecticut Sun. Why do you feel like they're such a success with attendance? Because you have University of Connecticut right there. So when you think about those cities, think about where college women's basketball is on the rise.
I know you said Miami. I still disagree with Miami just because of how the fans are out there in Miami. They don't show up. They go to clubs.
You never know, though. You never know. You got to put it. I would New Orleans for sure.
Right. New Orleans. I'm sketchy on Miami because I've seen how they show up for playoff Miami Heat games, and you don't see them to the second half. It's like, what's going on? What are you doing? It's the Miami Heat, but expansion is something I would do myself if possible. A lot of people that just throw it out there, they don't take into it's money and etc. that goes into it. So, but I loved your answer because my next answer was like a G League.
No.
You don't like that at all, huh?
No, just practice squad. I mean, you're right there in the system. You're learning the plays. You're learning the system from day one. And if coach wants to go to you, they have confidence that you know the defensive sets and the offensive plays. I mean, think about it. Odyssey came in, didn't know a play. She just went on hooping. Right. She just went out there and hooped. So if you bring in somebody like that and then she knows some of the plays, the sky's the limit. And I think the reason why they went with Odyssey, I mean, I can't speak for them, but I think they went with Odyssey over Ashley because as you see your roster play out, it's a win now mentality. Right. It's a like, wait, hold on. Like, Odyssey came in for a few games. Let's put her in permanent because who knows what's about to happen. Because, I mean, you can keep Ashley. You can keep, we don't even know how Lou's doing right now. But if you come in and you bring in those players, like, okay, it's going to take some time. But then if you sit back and look at this team, you're like, whoa, first round, that's not even
good enough.
Got big expectations. Let's try to get to the Western Conference Finals. Let's try to get to the finals.
And see, that's what I'm looking at with this team. But you got to keep in mind we have Vegas, got Connecticut. You know, we just beat Vegas and we played them hard.
And
I'm with you. I'm not gonna argue with you.
You gonna name the Liberty and?
Well, you got New York as well. You got we could beat Washington. We've already beaten them.
Connecticut just lost Jones.
They did.
Hello.
They did. And then the thing that a lot of people forget is Diamond DeShields hasn't played yet.
Exactly.
So as far as my ups and downs so far, first half of the season for the Wings, I love that they're starting to figure out who they are, right? So you can tell the last couple of games, you can tell the point guard play has been better. With Crystal coming in, she's starting to get her mid-range going, which I asked her about last week.
What do you mean get her mid-range going? Well, it is going.
Well, okay. Well, yeah. There you go.
I'm going to say this here. Crystal Dangerfield has the best mid-range game in the WNBA. You can at me or whatever. I don't care. People are going to say I say Crystal Dangerfield.
There you go. I mean, it's hard to argue with you on there. Especially what she's done the last, couple of games. But I say get going because, she's working herself back into the lineup. She's been injured as well. Dallas has dealt with a lot of injuries. Kalani Brown right now is out. Hopefully she's back soon. Hopefully she's okay because I heard she had an injury at practice, a head injury. So Tiara is kind of working herself back into WNBA shape as well. But overall, I like that this team is deep. They're starting to figure out who they are as a team at perfect timing. Going into the All-Star break, you should be getting Diamond back pretty soon. I don't know when Lou is coming back. I've been trying to look. I haven't seen anything about Lou.
She's been doing some basketball drills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I haven't heard anything about her, but I know Diamond should be coming back pretty soon. Tiara's getting back into her WNBA field, coming back from overseas. They know who they are now. That's all I wanted to know around this time of the year. They figured it out, new roster. They know who they are. My dislikes about the team so far is once they go up by double digits, they fall asleep. And it's like everything changes from spacing on the floor on offense to the way they move the ball on offense, to the effort on defense and rebounding. Everything changes once they go about double digits, and I don't like that. That's a consistent thing, and I think that needs to be worked on moving on, in the second half of the season. What do you think about that?
I hear what you're saying, and the only way to get out of that rut is keep producing wins. And once you keep winning, you won't have to worry about that. But I hear what you're saying, and a lot of that has to do with, to me, fatigue. The WNBA schedule, they literally get one day off, and then that's just shoot around in practice, and then they're playing again tomorrow. The game is at noon, ain't it?
Right.
So there's no time to rest. So when a game gets going and you have that adrenaline and that anxiety built up, they go on these runs and they punch you in the face, they punch you in the gut, like they have these starts. And yes, you're right, they do digress because it's kind of like they settle into the game. But yeah, that's only gonna be moved out the way the deeper the bench gets, because like once you have that momentum, 1 through 10, 1 through 11, you won't have to worry about that.
So speaking of the bench and them getting tired, do you think they should play more of the bench right now? Because that's been a question that I've had for Coach, and she started doing it, the last week and a half, 2 weeks or so, and it seemed to work in the fourth quarter. But do you think they should keep doing it even more to avoid fatigue?
And I agree. I think they did it some during the Aces. Coach LT is real smart.
Yeah, she's
very strategic in what she does, and her the way she maneuvers players in and out of the lineup, she harps on positionless players, and she's right about that. Right. We've seen some play the 5 at times,
Right.
So the way she's able to maneuver players and have even like, I think you see Veronica in there with Odyssey at the same time. So things like that helps, So I'll never second guess her or never question Coach LT on what she does as far as like maneuvering people in and out of the lineup, because this is a positionless league, and you got to know how to play multiple positions. And when you know how to play multiple positions, the sky's the limit. You can do so much.
Yeah. I don't want to question her either. My only downfall is the minutes that Maddie Siegrist gets. I think she should play more.
Okay.
Like she only had 6 minutes last game, and the game before that, if I pull it up, it wasn't that much different as well. So I feel like Maddie has shown that she can handle her own more, and I feel like she should get at least 10 and up every game.
Okay. My question to you, Kaylu, are you looking at the number of minutes, or are you looking at them being meaningful? Because when I look at Maddie in the game, I'm not counting the minutes. She's in there at crunch time. She's in there at key moments when the game is on the line, and that's only going to help her grow. So I'm not counting the number. I'm counting like the game and like where we are during the game, and I think that outweighs the number.
I hear you. But it's a lot of games where she's not in at crunch time at all. It's just quick minutes and she's in and out. So, and then Vegas, she played 8 minutes. As she comes in, she gets rebounds and she scores. So, but at the same time, you do have so much talent in the starting lineup that you can't just really sit. But I would love if she got more minutes. I feel like she's earned it. With Odyssey Sims being back, you have a 3-point guard rotation. And you've seen Coach play, 3 guards at the same time, which is, I love that lineup as well. Just nonstop speed and movement on the court when that happens. But I still, just from watching what I've seen from Maddie, I feel like she could do more, and she could help take some of the, the pressure off of Satu and Natasha, when they get tired or they get frustrated, because the refs, I don't know what's going on. Somebody in the industry has messed up the refs. We gonna stay off of that though. But somebody did something. Yeah, somebody said something to the refs to get them hot with the Dallas Wings, because it has been crazy this year. But moving forward, what do you expect from this team? How far do you see them going? Who are the teams that you think are gonna give us, the toughest matchups going forward as well?
I have high expectations for this team, definitely out of the first round. I know Odyssey said, out of the first round, out of the second round, like she sees championship aspirations. This is just my first year covering this team, and I'm blown away. Yeah. I really am. I've been watching the league, and this is a really, really good team. And I'm not just saying that because I'm covering, but sometimes I have to sit back and I'm like, wow, like, just the camaraderie, just the togetherness, the talent. I'm not gonna say championship, but it's up there. It's up there.
Okay. Natasha talked about what you just said about them being together and how how everybody, it's just a family. She said it's an instant family, and she loves it here.
She's not blowing smoke. She's not blowing smoke. They are really together, and they really lift each other up. It's just one hand clap after the other. Like, Odyssey may not be in the game, but she's cheering on her other teammates. Veronica, let's not forget, Veronica was in the starting lineup. Right. And she has just handled that situation like a true professional. Right. Like, they all have what's in the best interest of the team, and that is to win. They're not out here for, individual athletes. Yeah. Arike said at the beginning of the season she wants her assists to be up, and they are up. Like, she's passing the ball more. She's looking for her teammates more. Like, this is a true team. None of that stuff that I've heard in the past. Right.
I like that. Right, I'm with you there. And Arike is leading the league. I'm sorry, she's leading the Dallas Wings in assists right now, 4.4 assists a game. Satu with 9.3 rebounds a game, and Arike with 22 points a game, which she dropped from second to fourth in overall scoring in WNBA. But again, she doesn't care about that as long as they're winning, right? So, but Natasha says she felt at home. I've been to a couple of practices with them, and you can just see it. Like, it's like a whole bunch of sisters out there just having fun on the court. So I love that. I love how Coach interacts with them. Yep. Coach Trammell, like, she's just, first of all, she's the easiest person to talk to in the world. Just nice, always good energy, good spirits, and she gets emotional.
Yes.
Talking about this team a lot, which because you're in the press conference. It's like every game, win or lose, if you ask her, about the team, she has to fight back tears every time. So it's how much she loves the team, and it's great to see. Satu said, this team is really good. That's how they felt after beating Vegas. And I wanted to ask her, I didn't get a chance to because I was trying to let everybody else get a chance. Then once they were done, they went straight to Zoom. But I was trying to ask her, hey, how do you take a win like Vegas and not let it get to your head when you go into Indiana? And they almost lost to Indiana, but they still played an overall great game. Arike just went off in the fourth quarter. My expectations for them, I just want to see them get past the first round, like you said. I just want to see them get past first round.
That's a good season. Yeah, that's a good season but I don't want us to think about, okay, they get past the first round and that's it. Yeah, because you look at the makeup of this team with the veterans they have on. Natasha Howard, two-time champion, she's not gonna let that be just it. Right. Odyssey Sims isn't gonna let that be just it. Like, we may have the mindset, oh wow, great season, but they about to be some savages. They already some savages. Yeah. People think about, oh, that Indiana game was too close. Oh, these Atlanta games are too close, and these aren't even 500 teams. Okay, keep talking, because what's going to happen is once they get into the playoffs and they're playing teams of their caliber, need I say more? These are going to be the teams that they face, and they're going to come out like they did against the New York Liberty. They're going to come out like they did versus the Las Vegas Aces. Like, they're just going to come out, and they're going to be some dogs. Y'all better watch out.
Look, the only team at this point that has me nervous, because I think it's more of a mental thing after the first, 3 games, is LA.
Are you going to take Sparks?
Yes.
I'm worried. I'm worried too. Yeah.
It's just a matchup thing. Well, I don't even say matchup. I think it's just a mentality thing now with them.
I don't think it's mentality. I think it's matchup.
I think it's matchup? Because I've seen them have success on this team, and then it just kind of, fades away.
They got NECA. God. Wow. I don't know, but the more you keep playing a team like that, you're gonna figure it out. Yeah. And I think they have them. They come back to Dallas on the 22nd. Mm-hmm. I look for that outcome to be a little different.
I am too, but I am nervous about that game.
Because now the wheels are turning. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be the same team that they got them on camp day. You got kids screaming, yelling. and singing Baby Shark Doodle. Like,
oh, jeez.
like it's crazy.
I had
like,
a headache.
Out the way.
I had a headache after that game.
It's gonna be a night game on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's about to go off.
We're gonna see, man. Like I said, my hopes is just to be, the bare minimum for them is to get them out the first round of the playoffs, and then we go from there. I, of course, expect them to at least make the conference finals. That's what I think they can do, personally. But first round is the goal I'm starting at with the Dallas Wings. And speaking of Atlanta,
it'll progress.
Yeah,
your mindset will progress once you see more throughout the season.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So, but honestly, like I said earlier, I'm seeing that they're starting to figure out who they are in every single spot. And I mean, defense, you saw Enrique getting these steals left and right, something I'm not used to really seeing like that, in the effort, she's locking people up just nonstop as the star player of the team. So, I love what I'm seeing from them. So I'm gonna just set the bar at getting out of the first round, and then as we continue to go on, when Diamond the Shields get back, then we work her in. My expectations is going to get higher. But you mentioned
even Lou. I mean, let's not limit Lou.
Yeah.
She could come out being a sniper, just
She has the talent.
She does have the talent. So what the team looks like now is great, but it's only going to even get better.
So let me ask you a question on that. So I know they signed Odyssey for the rest of the year, and then Kalani is back on the hardship contract.
I believe Kalani's for the rest of the year.
I couldn't figure out how it was working. I got nervous when I saw it.
I think they let her go to bring her back for the rest of the year, but I could be wrong, because I know she is tied to Lou. I know before she came back, she was tied to Lou and Diamond.
Yeah, right.
So, when one of them would come back. So I would have to look that up. Because our season is so much.
Yeah, it's been a lot. That's why I'm confused. I don't know. I'm confused at this point. Right. It's just a lot going on.
Me saying Kalani's off the team, and then somebody said she was about to go to the Connecticut Sun because Bria Jones got hurt. And I was like, wait, y'all can't have her. We have her.
Right.
I was like, I need to get on Twitter sometimes, because these WNBA fans really talk. They really talk.
It's not just WNBA fans. That's why I have Twitter, just by default, but I really don't like using Twitter like that.
Yeah.
But it is what Twitter people are crazy. I've seen it from
It's
NBA. Mavericks fans, they get on my nerves. Cowboys fans get on my nerves. I do like a wrestling podcast, they get on my nerves. I just can't stand it. I can't stand it. It's a lot. So you mentioned Atlanta. People saying, hey, Atlanta is too close, but Atlanta really have low-key 2 all-stars on the team. Ryan Howard should be an all-star.
Right.
That is my biggest all-star snub for the year. Who is your biggest all-star snub for the year?
Natasha Howard. Duh.
She was second on my list behind Ryan. I'm sorry. I got to call it what it is. I know we covered the wings.
Can I point to the veins too?
Go ahead and point to the veins. Do your thing.
Natasha Howard, hello.
She was second. She was like 1B to me behind Ryan. Ryan has the season she's having is MVP like right now.
Okay, I can give you that.
So
my thing is, I hear somebody is hurt on one of these teams.
I believe Della Dunn. I believe Della Dunn got injured. So
who is to replace her?
I know who it should be, but I don't know how they doing it. So
it very well likely could be Natasha Howard.
Okay.
I think host, player, all of that, it could either go Ryan or it could go Natasha. It could even go Candace Parker. Who knows?
As much as I love Candace, I don't think Candace should get in over Natasha
This
and
is
Ryan.
her last year, and they want to send her out, right?
And it's in Vegas.
Or Diana.
Yeah, she's not having an all-star season.
But if this is their last year, they gonna factor that in.
Yeah. I don't know if I get it. I don't know if I agree.
Yeah.
You know, but I get it. I get it. But definitely Ron Howard and Natasha Howard. Flash, don't get me because I didn't pick you first. I'm sorry. When I see you at the press conference, Flash, don't get me. Don't get me. I just gotta call it what it is. Both of y'all are killing. Look, she's pointing at me on the screen. Both of y'all killing. Don't get me. I'm just saying. But thank you so much for joining. I don't want to keep you long. I don't want to keep you long at all. Do you have anything?
July 22nd.
You gonna be there?
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay. I think that might be the only game I missed this year. I have another engagement that I've already, agreed to, is contracted out. I gotta go. So
I get it. Booked and busy, huh? Booked and busy.
I'm trying. So that's the only, game that I should miss looking at the schedule, because I'm already, booked. So I hate it too. When I saw it, I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna make it. My goal is to make every single game, but that'll be one that I miss. Hopefully they come out with the win. Anything you want to shout out, go ahead and do it. It's all yours. Floor is yours.
Hey man, just thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it. I love the Dallas Wings. I appreciate them for this amazing opportunity. And bolt up.
There you go. Y'all see what it is. Once again, go ahead and shout out your Twitter and Instagram one more time as well.
Sports Shavonne on Twitter. That's SPORTS SHAVONNE. Instagram Starvonne STARVONNE STARVONNE. You guys say it 3 times.
Yeah, because I did a graphic earlier and I forgot the N in the last name.
It's all good.
Like when you sent the you was like, hey, it's Herndon. I was like, huh? I'm looking at it like, what did I miss? Like, it took a while for me to notice that I missed the N because I didn't even see it. So I was like, oh, okay, now I see it. So I apologize. But huh?
I said Starvonne. I appreciate you, Caleb.
There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming on. This is a huge honor for me. Hope to talk to you again. Somewhat after the, All-Star, we can kind of talk a little more as the season go on. And once again, I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good. Show off the jersey.
Shout out to Nikki McCray. I appreciate everything you did for me growing up. You would call me on Christmases and write me letters. And I just appreciate you for all the years that you had an impact on my life. May you rest in peace.
Oh man, yeah, that's true. Well, thank you again. Shout out to Nikki. Nikki is one of the best to ever play. So, and I love the jersey. That's bringing back old school Houston Comets, LA Sparks, Lisa Leslie, and them when all them was playing. When I was a Houston fan because Dallas didn't have a team. So,
right.
Cynthia Cooper and all them. I still think Cynthia Cooper might be my GOAT. I'm battling with myself, between her and and Taurasi. And Maya Moore. So I have a 3-way battle with myself weekly about those 3 women. So, but once again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. To the people that's watching, when you watch it, if it's going to be on YouTube or dopecontent.com, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Everybody that subscribed to the YouTube, thank you. If you subscribe to the website, thank you. I encourage you to subscribe to the website if you're not, because you keep up with everything there, merch, podcasts, whatever, interviews, it's all there. So thank you again for your support. Shavonne, thank you again for joining, and until next time, y'all be safe.